All right, now to give us more insights on this, we're joined on this broadcast by retired Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, who's a military expert and also the host of Daniel Davis Deep Dive on YouTube. Colonel Davis, now this is obviously the question. Zelensky had said that the Ukrainian military has received yet another batch of F-16 fighter jets, but the question is, where are they?
Well, that's a good question because we don't know where they are, but we sure know where they aren't, and that's in the air conducting combat missions. And that's not surprising for, I got to say, that package you guys just did is one of the best descriptions of the F-16 issue and its ability to operate and the challenges it has both getting off the ground as well as fighting against the Russians I've literally ever seen, which also underscores one of my things that I'm most puzzled about is why so many in the West, and especially in Ukraine, want to hype these things up as though they're going to have some game-changing operation on the battlefield, and they flat are not. I mean, from the time this was first announced until today, you see that it's just not going to make any difference in the war because the Russians still have the advantage, not just in the air, but the ability to strike the runways to keep those things grounded.
Interesting. Now, for comparison's sake, how does the Ukrainian F-16 match against the Russian fighter jets?
Yeah, I mean, you see there that like the Su-35s and actually quite a number of the other MiG aircrafts that the Russians have, they can all operate from much further range and they can engage from further range than the F-16s. You also have to understand that the F-16s that the Ukraine side has, number one, they are the older models. These are not some of the more modern high-tech ones that the United States uses, for example. These are older export models. Secondly, even in the United States systems, they're part of an integrated systems with other radars, other air platforms, air defense systems, etc. They operate within this system, and you just take that piece out and then try to put it in the Ukraine side and think it's going to work. It's not, and it's not designed that way. It's not designed to be a standalone, and we've seen since it's landed last August, you've hardly ever seen any use of it, and it hasn't made any difference regardless of the numbers.
Interesting. And also, how do you look at the battlefield situation at the moment with peace talks scheduled for Monday?
Well, listen, I mean, the battlefield keeps going in the side of Russia. Every day there's more and more gains by the Russian side, more and more losses on the Ukraine side. And even aside from the physical territorial losses that Ukraine is suffering, they're also having an increasingly difficult time finding new soldiers. They are literally grabbing people off the streets, and they simply can't get them in the numbers that they need to offset the losses. And then obviously the people that they do get that they are able to capture are of very low quality, terrified, and they don't want to fight. And so their motivation and morale on the battlefield reflects that. And that just accelerates the Russian side, which, by the way, from numerous sources that I've got, says that their morale is just through the roof as they perceive that they're in the end game here and that they're going to win this. And all those things say that when those peace talks happen on the 24th in Saudi Arabia, Russia is going to be much less likely to concede anything, and they're going to be looking for maximalist gains. And if the Ukraine side doesn't give them or the Western side doesn't give them, they'll simply keep fighting until they take it on the battlefield.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, for joining us with all those updates there.
Always my pleasure.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.